Hello my lovelies and welcome to another vlog. Today we are tuning in from Sicily and it's my Italian husband's first time in Sicily, believe it or not. Not my first time in Sicily though, because you know,
Wow, look at that terrace.
I've traveled more around Italy than you, Filippo, which is quite funny, but also like quite usual, right? For when you come from a country, you never explore your own. You always go like explore around. We're here for one of the most beautiful causes one can be here for, and that's a wedding of our very close friends, Kate and Mario. Let me show you the view from our balcony. We are staying at the Villa Igea, and it's utterly stunning. It's not normal how beautiful it is, but it's also not normal how humid and hot it is. Actually, the pool looks very cute, very Italian. I like it. Might chill a little bit at the pool later today, but we are gonna start by going to town because we want to see a little bit of Palermo town. This is my outfit. I sadly don't have a bag that matches my outfit, so I'm gonna wear this, which is really like an evening bag, but it's okay. Wearing these earrings, sunnies, my little Chloe set. I will link everything below so you guys can have it all in case you're interested. Also, if you know me, you know that I never wear a sleek hair, but I decided to put a lot of like, what you call it, like scalp serum and toner and things in my hair, so it's kind of like a little bit of a care moment. And then today I'm getting my hair done because tonight we start with festivities. We're not really shopping, but the boys need some last minute things for the wedding. So Filippo needed a pair of loafers because he got like, he was gonna wear of course his boots, you guys, but then he got a special role in the wedding, so he he was like, okay, what I'm gonna wear is now changed. He got a loafers from churches. He wanted to get like Prada loafers that he actually really likes, but apparently Prada's closed here recently. Oh my god, I love these shoes. And I was like, I'm not interested in anything. And then as we started speaking, guys, I really love these shoes. They're from Ferragamo and I've been actually eyeing them, but everything here that's been laid out is so small, so I cannot even try things on that are on the exhibition. But I actually am thinking of buying these shoes. What do you guys think? It's like a kitten heel, a little bit quirky, can you see? And I think really beautiful. I cannot fit 36, I'm a 40, but let's just see approximately what they're gonna look like. Okay, look at this shoe. If it was my size, imagine, it would look really nice. I'm gonna link below when I saw them online. I think they're very like, you know, they have something really fashionable and cool and cute. And actually Ferragamo did a lot of these heels with this type of heel, even something a little bit more classic like this. So yeah, but I like these really. By the way, I have something to tell you. This whole vlog is going to be done on an iPhone because I realized I dropped my camera and it's not working anymore, but I do have a spare camera at home. So it's just this vlog, and it couldn't be shipped, the new camera, on time in Sicily because it's an island, so the shipments take a little bit longer than usual. I also like these actually. They're a little like flip-flop style kitten heel, but obviously my favorite has been the Aede kitten heel that I've been wearing on repeat non-stop pretty much every single day of this summer. Also, I'm hungry. I have not had breakfast this morning because I wanted to stay in bed and do some work, which is actually my favorite thing to do on holidays. Is that like a little bit lull, but in the mornings I really like to stay in and catch up on lots of different things. In AC, in bed, like not rushing. You know why? I think because throughout the year there's always an alarm clock and there's always like get out of bed, like quick, rush, run, you know, like you activate your like kind of like stress hormones so much because you're like getting out of bed and doing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But on holidays you're like, actually I don't have to get out of the bed. I like it because it's kind of denim, but it's not denim, right? It's kind of cotton.
Luxury denim, you know, is the
like what brand is it from?
Cucine.
It makes your eyes really blue.
I like it.
Love it. I do like it a lot.
Right?
Yeah, beautiful. And if you guys want to know who the real shopping queen is, it's definitely Filippo. He loves to shop. But since I haven't actually shown you my OOTD, you might as well see it now. I think this was really worth me stopping by in Monaco, which you've seen a few vlogs ago, to get it. Got these earrings, the top, the Miss sandal. I would prefer something else. I feel like I need a light pink pochette. Do we agree? Do we agree that I need a light pink pochette? I definitely do. I'm planning on acquiring one. And these sunglasses that I love so much, because I think like when you wear these sunglasses you immediately get such a kind of diva. I would like also something bigger and rounder and lighter maybe, but I didn't have anything like that on me. So it's this right now. Okay, so the taxi driver that we kind of hired says that Don Pepini is the best ice cream. I'm actually starving, but I'm so fascinated with all this beauty, you guys. Look at this, it's gorgeous. I think we lost our friends because we were taking a few pictures. It's so beautiful in here, you guys. It's not like, I don't know why, but it's so different to the rest. I mean, not that I don't know why, but my personal impression of this place is like so different to the rest of the Italy. And I really love it. People are so nice, but the food, guys, that I remember being so yummy, and I cannot wait to have some food because I know it's gonna be a delicious experience. Okay, we're gonna have an ice cream here. We asked around. They're saying here is where it's at. Oh my god, you guys, and I didn't even have any breakfast, so right now I'm very excited, but it looks so good. Yes, coppetta con due panini. Guys, I'm so in shock with all this beauty. This is not normal how beautiful it is. I mean, I expected Sicily to be gorgeous, but what I'm seeing is really, really, really beyond. Wow. I feel like this place is not spoken about enough. Okay guys, continuation of a day. What did I do when we got back? I stayed in the room to finish some work. I just had a blow dry because, well, I want to get ready and beautiful for tonight. Currently at the hotel. It's in the port. There's a little port here. Let me show it to you. Look how gorgeous. I'm honestly in love with this place. Look at the mountains in the back there. The dinner is in around, I think, less than an hour even, and I genuinely, well, this is where we at. I need to do my makeup, I need to get dressed. I'm wearing this dress that I've shown you in my mini moon vlog that I will link below as well, because you guys asked me so many questions about it and you loved it as much as I did. It's like a simple kind of knit white dress that is just so beautiful to put on. You know, like an easy piece. I have to say, I don't know what I'm gonna do for my makeup tonight, but I'm gonna play with it. And the reason being is because it's like 3 days of events. So I have like 3 different looks for 3 different events for the wedding. So tonight is kind of like the most casual, but it's not casual, obviously. I'm wearing a long dress. I actually have 4 looks because one is for the after party look that I need to leave in case I want to change. They're setting up here, so you guys will see, have a little sneak peek. It's so funny going to another wedding right after. This is so cute, CNM. Oh, it's so beautiful. Wow. I love this part with the fountain. And here you can see everything. Oh wow. This is the dinner setup. So beautiful stuff. They actually have like names of everyone on the plates. This is beautiful. I need to make sure my phone is fully charged so I can take like 1 million pictures and videos of the bride and the groom. Cannot wait. Need to do my makeup. Obviously I want to like glow. I want a little smoky look, and the 3 different looks mean also 3 different makeup looks. So I know what I want to have as my Saturday makeup, because it's very dress dependent, right? but I need to see what I'm gonna do today. Here, one more look of my dress. It's perfect length, I would say. I love it. Okay, guys, the welcome cocktail's on. And it's really beautiful. Look at this place. I'm just so happy I will get to have this vlog in the end to remember this wedding forever, because I'm always like so bad at actually vlogging these events, but right now I'm gonna do much better.
But I think I have a very hard time being present. Anyone that knows me knows I have a hard time being present. I care about a lot of people. I care about my clients.
And this is one after night.
Yep.
Someone needs to sleep.
Yep.
Are you ready for a
Yep.
little nap? It's such a good time, you guys. Are you wrapping it up, Ron? It's a good time. I wrapped it up. It's lift time. Come, guys.
You know it's on.
We had a lot of fun. I'm so happy. Are you happy?
Very happy. And also very tired. And also very tan.
Yeah, I'm a bit jealous, to be honest, because I'm so pale in the face, but not in the body. Everybody asks me if I'm wearing fake tan.
No.
Because, you know, baby, they're the spray tans. So they're like, oh, you already had yours. And I'm like, no, guys, this is it.
What? Probably you lost the keys.
Did I lose the key?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, because I gave it to you to change your pants. So you probably...
I have the keys, you're right.
Guys,
Ooh.
buonanotte. Good morning, guys. I have some face mask on. I'm gonna go and wash. And Filippo's already at breakfast, of course. I am not. I actually have a manicure and pedicure in 5 minutes. But why am I still in bed? You might be wondering, because I have no idea whether it's downstairs, whether it's in my room, whether it's in the spa. And I'm trying to understand that. So let's figure it out. I'll try investigate, but I don't even know where to investigate. Maybe concierge. Let's see if I can do it in Italian. Buongiorno, Sofia. Io ho un appuntamento privato per manicura e pedicura. È prenotato con gli sposi, ma non so dove andare. Non so se in questa stanza di GLAM o se qualcuno arriva nella mia stanza. No, con gli sposi alle 11. Grazie mille. Grazie, arrivederci. Okay, let's see. They also don't know. I'm not surprised. Of course, it's in 3 minutes. And I kind of feel like it's gonna be someone either coming to my room, but there's also a GLAM room downstairs. So, and of course, everybody's asleep. Let me see. Nobody's answering. Nobody is awake. Let me try and call my friend Ronnie. Do you think she's asleep? It's 11, probably.
I miss you.
Ronnie, can you believe I have manicure and pedicure in 2 minutes, Ronnie, and I haven't got a clue where to go.
Do you want to come to my room? And...
No,
Wait,
but are
no.
they supposed to come to the room, or is it in the GLAM room?
I have no idea.
Because to me,
I
that's
can't believe you have a manicure pedicure. I'm not going to see you all day.
Yes.
Because when you're done, then I do mine.
Someone's ringing. Maybe it's the manicure pedicure girl, and I'm definitely not ready. Let me check.
Welcome to Sicily, guys. Welcome to Sicily. Wow, this is the coffee one. This is ricotta cheese, which is very, very Sicilian. We have the maritozzo there, and then we have c'è anche un video. Here it is, the handmade cannolo siciliano. Wow. Welcome to the GLAM room. Hi everybody. Welcome. Hi, I'm looking for my wife. Did you guys see my wife?
Yes, she's here.
Did you see my wife? I'm looking for my wife. Did you see my wife?
She might be right over there.
Did you see my wife? I can't see my wife. I can't see my wife. Here she is. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I just texted you. Wow, there's a breakfast
Wow,
here.
there is breakfast here. This is actually better than the breakfast.
I'm very happy here.
Mwah.
How's your breakfast?
It was great. What are you doing here?
I'm doing nails.
Nails?
I'm so excited because I heard Sarah's like the best manicurist in the world. Okay, I said the best ever.
That's her.
Yeah, that's me.
How is the...
She said you have to book yourself in, and you know when she told me, I didn't plan on breaking a nail. I was like, okay, I'll just book myself in. But now I'm very
you know that
happy.
after this appearance on YouTube, you're gonna be worldwide famous. Like you don't understand.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
And-
so happy to do Tamara's name.
Okay,
today.
can you take us
And
to
you know
your
what
journey?
We're gonna do a little bit of something like this. I've never had something like this before. A little bit of a cat nude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of light.
Yeah.
So wait, she's the goat of the nails, right? Where is your studio? Is it
In Paris.
in Paris?
Yeah,
Okay. Baby, is there anything you would like to say about the studio?
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the color? Why don't you do something like
Neon.
yellow, butter yellow?
No, baby, I could never.
No?
I don't know. I would really get tired of it, you know?
Okay. Ciao Fu!
Quella donna indiana, mio Dio che sento mai, maestro, non nominare quel nome che mi fanno male le corna.
We are in bed. Today I didn't vlog. Because I was having a little bit too much fun. First of all, I completely changed my nails to how you would expect them to be, but I will show you that tomorrow. That's like another story. Second of all, we had the most incredible party tonight. It was like a second party of 3. Tomorrow is the party, and Filippo really made it happen. He was like singing on the microphone, he was dancing, he even did the limbo dance. Is it called the limbo dance?
Yeah.
That was so funny, Filippo, but
Right.
also so lame, but also so magical.
Right.
We had so much fun. Obviously, like having a husband that does not drink any alcohol but can have so much fun is the ultimate goal. You know, you did so well. I'm so proud of you here, Puñeto. Tomorrow I'll do better with vlogging, I promise. We took some content and now we really need to sleep because we're so tired. It's so late. We had so much fun, you guys. So much fun. I'll update you on all tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Welcome by the poolside. This is where it's at. Like, we have like a little group that meets here by the pool after breakfast, and we kind of like recap on everything that happened last night. And last night was so eventful. I can't even tell you. So first of all, we went to Teatro Massimo, and they organized like various different parts, like arias, like parts of operas. That was just incredible. We had like private theater moment, and I loved it. Filippo loved it, especially because his favorite part of O Sole Mio was also performed. I think he enjoyed it. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we walked with the band, like kind of like a marching band, performing, like obviously playing like all kinds of different music, Italian and Sicilian, on the way to the square. Then they like privatized like all the little like street food square, where there's obviously, because like Kate and Maria, they love like street food as well. So there was just like all of these little kiosks with street food, drinks, smoothies, cannolis, fried like fritto misto, fish, pizza, everything and anything, and Italian music, like some of my favorite kind of Italian music. Filippo performed for us. He even asked someone for a broomstick and organized a little limbo dance. It was epic. I mean, I was really present in the moment and enjoying, so I didn't really create content, and I obviously don't have my team here, so they're not creating content. So I'm gonna try and scrape what I have to insert for you guys, but it was so much fun. At the end of the night, my dress was completely soaked because obviously we were outside. Tonight we're starting a little bit earlier because the ceremony is at 5:30, right? So we leave at 5. I'm wearing a dress that I haven't even tried on for the first time yet. I've ordered it to arrive, packed it, that's it. That's the plan. It's okay, like if I can also figure out my hair situation by myself. I'm wearing these Magda Buttram sunglasses. I'm getting so many compliments for them. I really love them. I think they're super fabulous. And I'm staying in the shade because honestly, it's very hot. But I'll show you the view. This is the pool. There's like some of my friends are there. It's really beautiful and it's a beautiful day. And this is my favorite part of my view. We're en route to the wedding and we're just passing by another wedding. How cute! In a church. Look at this. Let's see, we're arriving. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, we're in. How do I look in purple?
You look amazing.
Filippo was a little bit lazy taking pictures of me, so he got demoted.
You guys are supposed to be in the honeymoon.
Yes?
Took all the content.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let me show you how gorgeous everybody is. Shall we like do little outfits of everyone? Okay, we got Ronnie Kobo. Ronnie, what are you wearing?
Duh. Ronnie Kobo.
Ronnie Kobo is wearing Ronnie Kobo, but those jar earrings, you want to show me? And look at this pochette. Yes, sir, like love it. You are stunning. You are a vision. I love it. Okay, this is Ronnie. Cass, what are you wearing?
Dress is Rachel Gilbert.
Rachel Gilbert.
New Orient Club.
Okay, this is beautiful. Can I borrow it? Guys, look at this clutch.
For my armpit.
So Cass is wearing Rachel Gilbert, looking stunning as always. Wait, I'll go far so you guys can see it. Beautiful. Details are wow. Okay, guys, this is the first look. I've not been in yet. It's looking gorgeous. Wow, so beautiful. I love it. Oh my god. Look at this. Wow. I love the draping. Wow. This is so beautiful. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps, you guys. Okay, look at this. And then look at this. Who is she even? It's so hard for me to get used to this, but not hard. You know what I mean? Filippo has a very important role. He's going to do a blessing. Are you nervous?
I am.
I can imagine. I'm nervous for you. He's gonna do a blessing. The light is here, not the most favorite, but it's okay. So Filippo's doing the blessing of the guests, and he's written some things for Kate and Mario, and he's just rereading it now. Everybody looks so beautiful, and the place is just incredible. Now you can see the whole venue. It's so spectacular, you guys. It was so emotional, so beautiful. We stayed till like after 3 and then we went home. Some people stayed till 7 a.m. so that's we didn't even do that bad. I had so much fun, and one thing I have to say about this wedding is that it was so loving and I felt so special, and they made us feel so special. And obviously the place is beautiful, the food was wonderful, the dresses were gorgeous, the outfits, you know, like all the things that you see with your eyes. But the things that you feel, like, I felt so much gratitude. First of all, so much gratitude for this friendship, so much gratitude to be in this beautiful space, to be able to celebrate like our best friends getting married, and they were so happy and I never saw them smile so much, and so they were just glowing and radiating all of this happiness and love and joy. And when you see people you love so happy, there's just something inside of you that feels like it just clicks. It sort of like feels like it feels at home, you know what I mean? So right now we are heading to the airport. We actually wanted to stay one more day, but we couldn't. So we're heading back home. Wow, these sunglasses are leaving me marks, but it's okay. We wanted to stay one more day, but we can't. We have things to do. We've been actually on the road for a bit longer than we anticipated. So we're going to Monaco now, which is me again in this same top that I love so much. I really love it. My hair is also so much lighter. I'm gonna tone it down, but I'm gonna tone it down after our next trip, which is next week. So I'm still gonna be in the sun for a little bit longer. That's why I need to, you know, look at my husband. So many people came to us to congratulate us also on our wedding, and everybody always loves Filippo, okay? Everybody always loves Filippo, but I felt like very much also included in this one as well, this time, Filippo. Not just you.
Dop.
So yeah, that's it for now. Home sweet home, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we arrived yesterday night and I unpacked 3 luggages because there was so much to do, so much to finish, so much to kind of like organize, and I got straight into it. And Filippo asked me like, wow, what have I done to get such a wonderful, wonderful wife that actually unpacks and does everything right away the moment we arrived? And I was like, just because I have so much work to do the next day that I knew I had to, you know, I had to be very, very good. I am sure you guys noticed that my vlogging this weekend was not as smooth as it usually is, or at least I try to make it smooth, right? I try to kind of make it very like storytelling, to be in the order and for you guys to see all the looks and all the things, which I genuinely do not think really happened. And I have excuses. Now, the reason is like, obviously we were like, it was like a school trip. It was the whole hotel was sort of like private, right? It was only the wedding. And that means that from the moment you wake up and you go to breakfast, or not in my case, obviously, as you guys know, or from the moment you go downstairs, there is stuff going on. There is a glam room. There is people chilling together by the pool and talking. And you know, like after every event, people want to recap. People want to discuss things, you know, especially when you're like with your close friends. People are going to be like, the best part of every wedding is the recapping. For me, like even my own wedding, I loved the recap part. I'm gonna try the darker shade of the NARS foundation, the Barcelona, because I recently filmed my TikTok and so many of you told me that I looked a little bit too pale in the face. So I'm gonna try maybe match my body shade a little bit more. I normally go for Santa Fe, which has, okay, or Punjab I think. Now it's Barcelona, so let's see, it's a little bit darker. Yeah, I think we are at that part of the summer where I can wear this, you know? I'm using like a random brush. I don't know why, but it's okay. It will do. Because my NARS brush is actually in my travel bag and I really like that brush. It's my favorite foundation brush ever. Anyway, long story short is I really socialized a lot. I spent a lot of time with my friend Ronnie, who you could have already seen in the anti-Paris vlog. So we traveled for a while. And, you know, then obviously other friends, like American friends as well. It was a small wedding in a way. So all the girls that were there, I managed to speak to every single person. I don't think that happens really at many weddings, but when you guys have like a breakfast together, lunch together, then you go to the evening event together, and also as girls, we have a group chat. So if someone needs like a black belt or they need a steamer or like other stuff as well, like it was just a big group chat, and then the things kind of made it out of the group chat and we were all in Italy together, and it was very, very, very nice, in all honesty. One thing I have to say is that it was so beautiful meeting also one of my best friends' other friends who I have not known. I've obviously known a lot of her friends because we do holidays together, right? So sometimes like it will be like her friends and as well, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Meeting her university friends and meeting her best friend, that she's been best friend since they were both 10 years old, was what made me love my friend Kate, who got married, even more, because I realized like I love her best friend since she was 10. And you know what, like obviously Kate also met my childhood best friend at my bachelorette, but also at my wedding. So it was just like, you know that TikTok trend that says we bested so hard that now like she's here with like my parents at the dinner table or whatever. That's kind of how I felt this weekend. I felt like there are some events that really bring you closer to your friends, and like I was talking about love and marriage and babies like to her parents, you know, and things like that. And we were saying like how we kind of got married around the same time, and like how, you know, we were talking about the children, because of course that's the next question that comes once you get married. It was just like a really wholesome, beautiful time. And I know I've spoken to you about this after my bachelorette because I was very, very inspired. But I think that female friendships are so important for mental health. They also can be detrimental to mental health. Like wrong female friendships can really affect you negatively, but equally so they can affect you so positively. And in a way it's kind of like, I think, the same thing as choosing your life partner, as choosing your husband, right? The way you choose your husband is the same way you should choose your female friends, especially if you spend a lot of time with them, because I cannot even tell you how many stories I hear of girls whose female friendships affect them negatively, like the friends who are not there for them, or who can be kind of like, I don't want to say abusive, but like toxic and very like competitive and negative, and or like whatever, I don't know. I think like I've learned so much about this because I think like there were times that we all can relate to same. We all like lost friendships from our like early 20s, for example, or I don't know, teens or whatever. And I was thinking about this the other day because I was a part, when I was in high school, I was like a part of like a friend group, and you know how these things happen, you kind of somehow drift apart, nothing really happens, and all those girls are doing amazing, and I'm so happy to see that they're all doing amazing, but somehow like you drift apart or whatever. And I'm very grateful that I still have my childhood best friend who I speak to every day. In fact, actually, I should call her as soon as I'm done with filming this video, so I'll put the phone here so I don't forget. I'm very grateful, but I think we sometimes learn more from failed friendships than we learn from the successful ones. Because, you know, the successful ones, they just work because you like those people and they're great, but you don't really learn much from those successful friendships, right? You learn the most out of conflicts. You learn what some people didn't like, what other people liked. You learn like how to treat people. And I think like sometimes, and I'll tell you this, very important, when I was younger, I used to think, this is something that Ksenia and I talk about a lot. When I was younger, I used to think that when you have a conflict with someone, it means like the friendship is over. Like clearly you guys cannot be friends. Why would I bother like fixing it? Or like sometimes I had situations where like a friend would just like not even tell me there's a problem, but kind of like stop talking about it. So I couldn't even fix it. Like if I did something wrong, I didn't even know that I did something wrong, but you know, they just kind of like ghost you or disappear. And I used to feel like really, really upset about those things. Like it was bothering me a lot. I think like the moment that I grew was the moment that I realized that the best relationships, also like love relationships, but also friendships, come from actually fixing misunderstandings and fixing conflicts, not from kind of like, how would I say this? They don't come out from you just like naturally, like things happen naturally, because we're human and we're supposed to work on our relationships, on our marriages, on our partnerships. And people think that like, oh, if it didn't work out, it's just like we're not meant to be, like we're not good friends because like we don't, you know, we just, things didn't work out for us or whatever. And I was also guilty of kind of like not really setting my boundaries, and then eventually like when things would happen in the friendships, being like almost grateful that they're over, which is also like a very negative thing to do like on my side. And then later I realized that actually the best relationships come from resolving conflict and resolving things that bother you. And I learned this from my friend Sandra, who's been my friend over 10 years. And I learned it because whenever something would happen, right, like that she didn't like, that I would do or someone else would do, it doesn't matter, that she didn't like, she would directly say like, hey, or she would find like a right moment, you know, but she would say like, hey, you know, I didn't really like that thing what you did. It didn't really feel good or whatever. I didn't like when you said that, or it didn't feel good to me when you did that. And I remember, as someone who is like, can be sometimes, yeah, used to be very much like taking jokes to another level or being very this and that. I learned so much from my friend Sandra, because she would say right away when something doesn't sit well with her. She would say it right away. And of course, as a person who wants my friends to feel comfortable around me, or want my friend to feel good around me, I would immediately implement those changes. And I would not say like, it was a joke, like relax or whatever. I would say like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that that would upset you. So I'm definitely going to make sure that going forward, that does not happen again. Because I think whenever someone is not a narcissist, they will most definitely implement the changes when you give them feedback, and they will actually reflect, do the inner work, introspect, and say like, okay, I definitely can do better for my friend because I love them and I want to do good for my friend. So there are friendships, I'm sure, that work without having to encounter any conflicts or misunderstandings, and they just work and they are wonderful. But I think that is so rare that I think is almost like unreasonable to think that you will ever make a real friend without having a conflict or a misunderstanding and having to explain, I cannot open this lip liner, explain your ways, like explain how you are. And I really, really loved learning from my friends also how to set boundaries and how to be better in my friendships. And you know, it also helped me, my friends helped me understand how to set boundaries in a relationship, because I learned, like I said, from my friend Sandra, that when something is not right or you don't feel good in a situation, you need to say it, because how's the other person gonna know if you don't say that something bothers you? And you know what happens when you don't say that something bothers you? You take it in, you take it in, you take it in until you cannot take it in anymore. And then you burst, and then you're not fixing a conflict or a minor inconvenience anymore. You're fixing a big drama that doesn't feel good, and you don't want to fix it anymore. So I was guilty of both sides in the past. I was guilty of like not saying when something bothers me, and having friends that definitely take it too far. And then of course I don't even want to fix the friendship anymore, because I never told them that how they treated me, I didn't like it. And then the first moment that I can drop the friend, I cannot wait to do it. But I actually didn't even give them a chance to fix their behavior. And that's really not fair from my side. Like, I didn't do well, you know what I mean? So I think like there's a lot of talk to do on female friendships. And once again, as I said, I'm so grateful that I have my best friends that have been by my side for so many years. And you know what, like those friendships were not like that always. They were great, but I'll never forget my childhood best friend, okay? We've been friends like, well, since we were children, since before all of this, since, you know. And once we had a crazy misunderstanding, because I hope she's not going to kill me for telling this story online. So I'm going to have to, maybe I'm not going to tell you why we fought, okay? But we had like a conflict that was very, very, like a big misunderstanding, okay? She misunderstood something because, yeah, whatever, you know, people were involved and people were not really, like, there was a lot of stuff involved, okay? So I'm not gonna, like, just to be kind of fair and not to divulge any information. She got upset, she cried, I cried, we spoke on the phone, and we fixed it. And somehow it always involves a bit of crying, I'll tell you that for sure. It always involves a little bit of crying, but in the end, you feel like your friendship is so much stronger than ever, because then you know, like, oh my God, we resolved it, we fixed it, we went through it. I also, like, actually, Ksenia involved this part in her bridesmaid speech. We also had a fight once on a work trip, which made it very awkward, right? And maybe I should tell the story, like, she's not gonna mind. And then I was like, okay, this friendship is very important to me. I'm not gonna let it go. I'm gonna talk to her about it, right? So I asked her to talk and she was like, no. And I was like, okay. And I apologized. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, if I did something wrong, but can we please talk about it? And she was like, no. And then I was like, oh my God, this girl doesn't want to talk about it. How am I going to fix it? And how are we going to fix it? And then we talked about it. And obviously we fixed it because it was like a big misunderstanding. In the end, like our friendship became so much stronger. We were like together, we were crying about it, we spoke about it. And after that happened, I feel like our friendship is so much stronger because we both understood another part of your friend. And you know, in Serbian, we have this saying that says that once something is broken, it can never be repaired again. And I think that's quite a negative saying because actually I think that once something is a little bit stained, the stain can be removed and it can be perfect. It can be even better than before. But once you leave the stain to sit for too long, it's probably a big chance that stain will not be removed because it stayed there for too long. And I think it's the same with the conflicts. Like if you leave them for too long, things are much more difficult to repair. Like things need to be fixed, and that's why people need to communicate right away if they feel hurt. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because my wedding, my bachelorette, my friend Kate's wedding made me understand how important and incredible my chosen family is. These people are my chosen family. These people they mean so much to me. Like I love them more than the words can explain. I would do anything for these people who I kind of like to think that they would also do anything for me. And honestly, if you're going through a moment where maybe like you have a friend you care about, but maybe you don't like something about their behavior, tell them. And if they go away, it means like the friendship was never real. They never loved you enough to kind of fix that. But if they stay, you will know that's like your friendship will become even better. I think like this is something I learned probably in my late 20s, and saying sorry to someone who you've especially like unintentionally upset is so important. I'll never forget, I was a child and we were on holidays and we were with some like family friends, and there was this one girl. She was like very slim, beautiful, very slim, but I was like 12, and we were always joking like how like what a beautiful like slim body she has. She was great. So we were getting in the lift, and I don't know, it was like for 5 people only, but then she was gonna get in as well because she was gonna be the 6th. And I said, no, come in. Anyway, you don't count as a person. Meaning, I was 12, right? Also, maybe I didn't express myself very well, but meaning like, oh, you're so slim, like, you know, you're light as a feather, like you don't even count as like a person. Don't worry, like squeeze in. And obviously I was also a child, like, so not like as heavy probably as an adult person. And she looked at me and she said, I don't count as a person? What a terrible thing to say. And she walked out. And then I realized how that came out and how that sounded. So afterwards, like we were going for dinner and I was very shy to approach her and I was very scared and I didn't know what to do. She was also older than me, like 6 years older than me. So, you know, when you're 12 and someone's 18, you're like, oh my God, like this is very uncomfortable. Now I didn't know what to do. So anyway, she came to me and she said, oh, Tamara, I just wanted to apologize for earlier because what I said, actually I know what you meant, but in the moment I was just like taking it wrongly, you know? And I said, and I would also like to apologize because what I said can also be like, you know, taken in a wrong way. And it was that early that I understood how easy it is to say something without any bad intention, but it comes so bad and it actually hurts someone's feelings because you don't know what that person is going through or what they're thinking or how they're gonna take what you say. So yeah, fixing it quickly is very important, and I don't know who is going to take advantage of this video, but please, if it can help someone, think about it. Once broken does not mean that it can never be good again. It just means that you need to work on overcoming it, and then it's going to be even stronger there. You know, you are going to know each other better. You're going to know what your friend likes, what your friend doesn't like. And it's the same with like love relationships. I had many times situations with Filippo where it was a misunderstanding and he understood something, but I meant something else. And over the years, we understood very well each other, how we operate and what each of us means when they say some things. And I think with friendships, you even learn how to become better in love relationships. So with that being said, I'm gonna finalize this vlog. It was a little bit of everything. I hope you like my outfits, by the way. that I wore at the wedding. I don't know if you have seen them all properly in this video. Probably my second outfit you haven't seen very well, but what I'm gonna do, if you go on my little shop window that I will link in the description, there I'm gonna put like my link to my shop where you can see all my outfits and all the items linked and everything. You'll be able to see all of the looks there photographed better. So hopefully you enjoyed them, guys, as well. Anyway, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I have many excited things coming up, especially because we're now back home. I need to start by organizing a little bit better my closet, but maybe we can do that together in the next one. Anyway, thank you so much for joining in, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.